Sure. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
I don't think I told you. My name's Mercury.
Nice to meet you.
Why are you here?
Okay, I've been asked that question a lot. First of all, that question should not even have to be asked, but when people stop talking, really bad stuff starts. When marriages stop talking, divorce happens. When civilizations stop talking, civil war ensues. When you stop having a human connection with someone you disagree with, it becomes a lot easier to want to commit violence against that group. What we as a culture have to get back to is being able to have reasonable disagreement where violence is not an option.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Superhero Speak. I'm your host, Dave.
And I'm your co-host, Don.
And yeah, here we are again. We weren't here Wednesday because at the time there wasn't much to talk about.
Yeah, really.
But things have changed. We're here on a Sunday. We'll see how this goes. I don't even know how we're doing this tonight. I think my mouse is dying, so we'll just have to use my touchpad.
Oh boy.
Okay. So anyway, we're gonna talk about some news, and we're gonna talk about some politics, and we'll get into all that. I'm not all here tonight. Well, so before we get into anything, how are you, sir? How was your week? What's new with you? All that fun stuff.
Yeah, the week was good. The week was busy. Had a good Star Wars tabletop group on Friday. So it's been a while since we met. So it was fun. And then I got the hot tub hooked up, which yay. But boo. I mean, it works, but it needs the heating element replaced. So we'll figure it out. One step closer, though, at least. So we'll be in there in no time flat. Hopefully we can, go in there with snow all around us, so it's really a cool experience there. What about you, Dave? How was your week that was?
I'm tired. I'm really, really tired.
Yeah.
Just the, little leery about the world and people out there. But we'll get into all of that. Besides the horror that is the country that we live in, everything else went okay. Very late week at work. My boss started his vacation on Wednesday, and he's going to be out for 2.5 weeks. So... Right. That's always a good thing. No, no issues with those. I always hate when I get those messages. Hey, can we talk real quick? Because something's wrong. But yeah, that's that. Oh shoot! I just minimized my screen.
I do hate those messages though, where it's like, "Hey, are you busy?"
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I am, but what do you want?
Right, because here's the thing. It's never like, oh, I just want to talk for a minute, or how's your day going? It's always there's some kind of problem, and I need you to look into it.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow it's your fault. So yeah, so that'll be quiet for the most part for a while, and my girlfriend had hired a handyman to get some work done. I think I've mentioned on the show, she's been redoing her kitchen, and one of the things that had to be done is like she wanted a new light fixture, a new ceiling fan in the kitchen. Her mother wanted a new ceiling fan hung in her bedroom, and a couple of the outlets she wanted replaced in the kitchen. She wasn't like sure about them. I don't remember the whole story behind the outlets. So she hired this handyman who just was, how do I put this? I can't say a nightmare from get-go, but like he just didn't listen when she would say stuff because obviously my girlfriend works and her mother's blind, so someone has to be there when this guy's going to come and do
Mhm.
work. He can't just show up when he wants.
Yeah.
She has an overly protective, aggressive dog who has to be, someone has to be there to like calm him down and like make sure he's locked up like in the bedroom or something. So I'm saying like this, but this guy kept saying, "Oh, I can come by this. I can just stop by now," and it's like, no, I'm at work. You can't just stop by now. So, which basically led to what you call it. He can't. He did come, gave her an estimate, and then he came and started the work on Wednesday, I believe it was, and he had got not even half of the work done, and then Karen came home from work, and he was like, "Oh, I'll just come back another day and finish it," which isn't what she wanted, but
Right. No, that's the death knell.
yeah.
Because
So
my wife hired someone, paid him like $1,000 to do something, and yeah, like, oh, I'll do it another day. I'll come by, and it never got done. I had to end up doing it.
I just realized what the problem is. My uh, iPad is also trying to use my mouse.
Ah,
James is watching. He says handymans are a gamble.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
they
they
are.
are.
So he and then he was supposed to come yesterday morning and finish it up. Yeah, plumbers are like that too. Definitely agree. And he ended up like not only did he not show up, he didn't communicate or anything. So the main thing that was still left to do was to hang this light fixture in the kitchen. So I'm like, I'll just do it because I've done it
Yeah.
before. She just doesn't like to ask me to do stuff like that. So, we got it hung up. It wasn't an issue. I had to put it together. It's a pretty fancy, it's called a fandelier, where it's like this round chandelier with 4 lights in it. And then in the middle, there's a ceiling, like a little fan in it. And that had to be all assembled and then hung, but like it wasn't a big
Avengers.
deal.
Oh.
I mean, anyone that's hung a ceiling light before, hung a fixture, it's just 2 wires. As long as the power's off, you hook the 2 wires up, turn the power back on. Bob's your uncle. You're like that's the long and short of it. So
Yeah, it's definitely not hard. Yeah, I mean sometimes when you have to change like the back of the fixture, the electrical box or something like that, it gets a little hairy, but yeah,
right.
really bad.
Yeah, like I if I had to do anything above and beyond those, I probably would have been like, let's hire someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty easy. Got it up. She's happy. And then of course I had to mention this. I didn't look at all the scores, but I had to say that there was a rematch of the Super Bowl today, this afternoon, and the Eagles won again against the Kansas City Chiefs. It was much closer than the actual Super Bowl was. They won by 3. I think it was 23-20 at the end. So yeah, but the Eagles still won. So there you go. How did your Browns play today? How did they do?
Oh yeah, they played the Baltimore Ravens. They got the shit kicked out of them, and there you go, like any other Sunday.
Yeah, sorry. So sorry about that. I don't know what to tell you. But all right, let's. I guess the other thing we both did, right? We both are caught up on Peacemaker.
Yeah,
episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there isn't a lot to say about this episode. They explained the origin of the door in the show, but other than that, It's pretty much a filler episode, right?
Although they didn't. No, I don't think it's a filler episode. I mean, first of all, I did enjoy it. I'm finding that the Peacemaker show, I'm not like chomping at the bit to watch it each week.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I just got done watching episode 4 with the wife right before, our show here.
Okay.
But it is always an enjoyable and funny experience. at least with the last 3 episodes now. And you know, the whole Eagle Hunter bit. I don't know. I thought this was a very funny episode. John Economist was cracking me up. Just because his interactions with I don't know the character's name, but the Eagle Hunter. And then, you know, his interactions with Judo Master.
Yes.
When they're in the truck. Just funny. Just funny as hell. I don't know much about the writing. It is what it is. But I don't know. It is at least fun at the very, very least.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't even think of the actor who's playing the Eagle Hunter. He's been in everything that.
Guy that plays Yondu, right? He played one of the dudes in Suicide Squad with the long hair, and I think Thrawn had to remind us last week too. So I guess we're still struggling with this one. Know his face, but not his name. You know.
I'm trying to look it up.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yes, we all know who that is.
But,
no, not season 1, season 2.
But his whole like psychedelic trip thing was crazy. That came out of nowhere. Like I did not expect all of a sudden them to have the naked white Indian dancing around the fire.
Frosty. Sup?
Played in The Walking Dead, you know.
Oh yeah. Yes, but yeah, no, and yeah, like him in the Indian garb. I'm sorry, Native American garb, dancing around the fire, using the blood on his head and digging into it, and then having
like that was creepy.
Very creepy.
It was tasting the eagle poop, which at the end of after the credits was a little bit of a they went back and revisited that scene, and he went even farther with it.
Yeah.
John Economist is the MVP of this episode so far. I did not like his character at first. I didn't care for his character much in Suicide Squad. And then when I saw he was back in Peacemaker, I was like, oh, this fucking character again. But he's growing on me, and he's funny. A lot of the characters are funny. So I don't know. I enjoyed it. There's not much to say. It was just funny.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, I agree with everything you said. The only thing that, like, and we'll see where it leads, is, you know, hardcore betraying John, you know, like having saying she'll meet up with him and then telling Flag where they're meeting, you know. Obviously it's the setup for the next episode because he's driving there, and that's where the episode ends. Yeah, I'm shocked.
And she's in a fight again this episode too. She's in another fight with another dude.
Yep.
And so that character is really all over the place. I really don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like Hardcourt as a character. Dumb decisions.
Yeah. So I'll have to see where it goes.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. If you think differently than us, or you're enjoying it, whatever, let us know in the comments down below, because we'd love to hear from you. I'd love to discuss that. We're all about open discussion here. Little foreshadowing. So all right, I think that'll do that. So you know what? Well, we should visit the dark side of the Force, and our good friend Darth Don tell you where you can find more superhero speak.
Darth Don here. And you must subscribe to Superhero Speak if you haven't already. And if you have already, make another account and subscribe again. You also will like this video. And while you're on the HoloNet, go to superheroespeak.com. Find the links to our merch and purchase one of our shirts. Don't skimp on the shipping, or else I will trap you in a box with an agitated gun dog named Bree. Brie Larson. I would just force lightning you, but we don't have that in the effects budget. Now, back to the show.
All right, let's talk a little news. I don't have the email open, so give me 1 second. What did we? Oh, okay. You. This first article. We'll talk about this real quick. We have been following the Highlander reboot. Has started filming, and now the filming is on hold because Superman himself, Henry Cavill, got injured during filming. So the article you sent, it doesn't really say what the injury was. Have you seen any more on this?
I haven't.
Okay.
I have not. Yeah, no, I very, very mysterious indeed. It's funny though that you call him Superman, as this is even after we've had a successful Superman movie.
Well,
with an actor we all agree does a good job.
Because I mean, you have to honor the title. Like he had the title. It's now David
it's like the president. It's like the president.
Exactly.
Okay.
Even if you don't like the person in the office, you still have to honor the office. You still have to honor the role.
So Dean Cain always gets that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. I know we talked about him a couple shows ago. He got his own thing going on there. I can't remember what he did to piss people off, but
he's an honorary member of ICE.
Oh,
so he's
ICE.
Gonna help,
okay.
But it's going to be like a recruitment type role. He's going to help recruit people.
Right.
So yeah, he's not going to put a uniform on and go.
Okay.
Go
All right,
out
but
and do
we've
arrest.
established. We have established if you play Superman, it is like being the president.
Yes.
You even after you are no longer acting president, you are Mr. President.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Have to honor
Write
the
that
office.
down. Okay, very good.
It says that it's causing delays and might delay the release of the movie. What do you think? Do you think? I mean, to me, that sounds like it's something serious. Then, like maybe he broke a leg. Maybe he was horseback riding. And learned from a horse and he broke his leg or something.
It's well, okay. I'm sorry.
There might be a curse with Superman and horses.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to say that too.
Jeez. Yeah, no. As you were saying that, I'm like, oh no, no, this cannot be. But yeah, it's got to be something because what kind of stunt is there for him to do? Because it's Superman. He's not doing like kick flips and shit. He's flying and he's doing a lot of stuff that you need CG for. So it's got to be some sort of landing. He does some
and
hero landing gone awry.
And the thing is, Henry Cavill's, I think, in his 40s now.
Yeah.
So they're also not going to let him do a lot of his own stunts. 42. So okay.
I bet you are right though, because Highlander, like, I don't see him hurting himself with the sword stuff. Yeah, it's got to do something with the horse. I think you're right though. It's just either him or dismounting the horse, or either way. So yeah.
So I mean, this is in Parade magazine that just brought it up. It says Henry Cavill reportedly suffers harrowing injury. I mean,
harrowing. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Sounds like he got ran through by accident. Holy shit.
Okay, so though the accident is expected to delay production, anticipation remains high for Cavill's take on Highlander. Yeah, again, it doesn't say what the injury is. So
let's just hope they don't try to CGI the cast out or something.
Oh,
it didn't work so well for mustaches. There he is.
Not Farmer Owen. He's got too much Brie Larson in him. James is right. Freaking accidents happen anywhere. It could be a number of things. I just think it's funny that there are definitely going to be places that are going to put a spin on it to get clicks. I mean, you say harrowing, but you don't know what the accident was. Then, okay. All right. So we're still looking forward to it. Hopefully, we'll get some more updates on this, and we'll talk about it maybe Wednesday. But yeah, now we got a little bit of MCU news. The first one I thought was interesting. There was a Disney event in Shanghai where they did like one of those coordinated light shows and with drones and all that fun stuff and the stuff.
Crazy shit with that.
Yeah, and so it was a Disney event, so it's not like these guys. It's not like it was an unsanctioned event where someone just decided to do it. And in the light show, they depicted the scene in the was it Secret Wars comic?
Secret Wars,
yeah, Secret Wars comic, where Doctor Doom kills Thanos, and so. Do you think this means that that's what's going to happen in the MCU? That was like a foreshadowing of, we're going to find out he killed Thanos, which is weird because Thanos was actually killed twice, but I meant the Thanos in his universe.
Exactly. Now that we've got the multiverse going on, full swing, full go, got Emperor Doom. I want to see it happen. It's just been built up, and it really. Out of any other scene in that comic run, that one by far has given the most impression of anything that has happened in that comic book.
Yeah.
There's actually a couple of cool things in that storyline. Like one cool moment for me is like issue number 1. There's this spaceship that the Hulk wants to get up there and destroy. And he's standing by Colossus, and he's like, "Hey, Colossus, can you help me out?" Long story short, well, not that long, but anyway, we got Colossus fastball specialing the Hulk in issue 1 of Secret Wars. The Mike Hickman one is referring to. Just cool shit like that. So, but the when Thanos and the Cabal roll up on Doom, like they think we're king shit. And then he does that. He just, as soon as he confirms that he doesn't have an Infinity Gauntlet, boom, we're all aware. I think that not only is that the most iconic scene from that comic run of Secret Wars, I think it is also a good way that in the MCU they'll be able to properly display just how badass Doctor Doom is.
Yeah.
I think that's the perfect way to do it. Right, Thanos from the 616, it's dead, but they'll set up where another Thanos survives the incursions, goes to challenge God Emperor Doom, and then boom, Thanos skeleton. Absolutely. I think it's going to happen. But now that Disney has actually done this, I think it further solidifies. I think it'll be too disappointing if we don't get it now. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. I do feel like that's one of the things that Feige tries to do is let's recreate scenes from the comics that people like. Yeah. So,
which I fully support.
I can definitely see that happening. All right. And I was trying, hold on a second. I was trying to upload the file, but it didn't work. But I'm sure you can easily find it online. There was a expo, a merch expo for Marvel and Disney stuff. And one of the things that was displayed was an image of Doctor Doom, which everyone believes that is what Doctor Doom is going to look like in Infinity War. Oh my God. In Secret Wars and Doomsday.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, there's nothing super significant. He's got his arms crossed and he's in a suit of armor, and like where the bendy parts are, it looks like chainmail. It looks like a standard Doctor Doom mask. There's nothing about it that stands out like that's different. There were theories that the Doctor Doom was going to have like an Iron Man type armor with a arc reactor in the chest and everything, but there's no signs of that in the image. So
Which
I'm
is fantastic, because that would have been, I won't say shitting all over the character, but pissing all over him at least.
Yeah, but I agree. Like, you don't. Oh, because then again, he's covering where you would see it, but I don't think they're going to do that, because I think they would have made it more obvious. It just looks like Doctor Doom, like some artists rendering. I mean, I almost feel like that's not an image. It was concept art, for the movie. Someone who said, "Oh, we're going to do Doctor Doom." It's like, okay, well, let's make this is what we think he's going to look like. So James is saying he looks forward to Doom. So,
I do too, but the fact that it's Robert Downey Jr. is really, really just stealing my mojo when it comes. Like, I can't even get excited about this image. I can't get excited about the fact that I'm going to see God Emperor Doom disintegrate Thanos into a skeleton. Like, I don't know.
I find it interesting that we're a little less than a year out, and they haven't released anything official yet related to the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no photos or posters yet or anything. And I get it. Marketing usually happens closer to the release of the movie, but they've already got a photo of RDJ in the armor somewhere, sitting somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Normally
there would be some sort of set photo that someone gets out. So this may speak to just how much of this movie is filmed in a green screen,
yep,
or whatever they call it. That's probably the answer.
Yeah, I mean,
it does two things with the CGI, and it helps you control, what images are leaked.
Yeah, I mean,
even if the image is leaked, there's no context, just blue or green everywhere.
That's how a lot of Endgame was filmed. It was on a soundstage with that technology they have. The Lucasfilm came up with that soundstage that you go into. It's like a big dome, and they project everything, and it's how they filmed most of the Mandalorian. So yeah, I mean, they could definitely film a lot of that of the movie in that, and you wouldn't know. So James says staying away from it helps. Yeah, true, but we'll see. I have a feeling that Christmas time we'll start seeing some official stuff coming out, about the look. I'm sure it's going to be, though, because there's no big movies coming out, Disney or Marvel, at Christmas time.
Yeah.
So we're probably looking at a Super Bowl ad.
But I think you're right, though. I mean, it's Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
They're either going to do comic accurate Doctor Doom, or they're not. And we know they're going to do comic accurate Doom. Or else they're wasting their time. So, yeah.
I mean, it's funny because it took up into Endgame, but the Russo brothers directed that to get the scale armor on Captain America. So, but that was the most comic accurate, more or less comic accurate costume by the time we got there. So, yeah, let's just get a comic accurate, because I keep saying this. I have a bad feeling that Doom is going to be a one and done. He's just going to be in these two movies, and that's going to be it. Like, they didn't get RDJ to come back to do, a whole series of movies. Like, this is wrapping up the multiverse saga, and that's going to be it, So we shall see.
We'll get our reboot.
I know, our X-Men
reboot, right?
Thrawn says instead of set photos and featurettes to help build the hype, they ate staying silent and letting everyone ride this secrecy. They are staying silent and letting everyone ride the secrecy.
Listen, if you want to keep down the budget of a movie, I think marketing's, an area on the debit and credit sheet that you could do that with, because quite frankly, as long as people know when when a Marvel movie comes out, there's going to be hype about it. So, showing that sort of thing, there is a cost to it. It does increase the marketing budget.
Yeah.
So perhaps they're, more is less sort of thing. I would do that. Absolutely.
All right. It's to avoid any chance of RDJ getting public scorn. Huh?
Well,
That's
he's
true.
going to get public scorn here on Superhero Speak. So, from me at least.
From you at least.
Remember, I'll go to a Nickelodeon Magic the Gathering event before interviewing our Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, wait. What about Scarlett Johansson?
Oh yeah, I'm not even a fan of hers, to be honest with you.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't get where everyone's like, oh my gosh, she's anyway. I don't want to be a pig, but
right.
I'm not that enthralled by her. No.
Okay, all right. We'll find out who you would skip Magic the Gathering panel for. We'll have to figure that out.
Chubby Kirstie Alley. I mean, it's not hard. So something like that, You have to say to Jones.
So, what was it? Friday, I think there was a big. I can't remember what they call it, but Nintendo every once in a while does these events online where they announce games that are coming out and whatnot. In fact, there was a bunch of Pokemon games that are coming out that my son is even as a young adult, is still a huge Pokemon fan and was excited for. But the other thing that came out is they announced the Super Mario Brothers 2 movie is officially in the works. And it's going to be Super Mario Galaxy, which I thought was an interesting choice to go for the sequel. But my son pointed out they had Lumi in the first movie, who's, those characters are important in the Super Mario Galaxy game. So to him, it made sense. So, I mean, what do you think? Did you see the first movie? And
I think for the most part, yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I actually think I did watch through it at least one time, but I have children, so I got to see segments of it all the time, and it's a fun movie. Really surprised that it made what it made, but as I've said before on the show, if you have a movie and you put a catchy song on there for the kids and they latch onto it, it does a lot of heavy lifting for you. And it did that with Jack Black. I think it was a brave choice that paid off handsomely.
Yeah.
Him as Mario and just the whole dynamic. Chris Pratt, the guy from Key and Peele. I'll never remember if it's Key or Peele. I'll probably always say one of the guys from Key and Peele, but the guy that plays Toad, Luigi, they could almost have a live action movie amongst themselves, and I think that the chemistry would be funny. So hey, it made over $1 billion. Another one's coming. I thought it would be more akin to Super Mario World.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Don't get me wrong, Mario 2 is a great game. Mario 3 was phenomenal. But really, to me, it's like Mario and then Mario World. If you ever want to go back, you want to play Mario World. But I do understand their choice to go with the Galaxy because all the shit that we saw already in the first movie, it's like, where do you go from there? Mm-hmm. And so space is going to be the most, cinematic progression, that makes sense. So I get it. Again, I would think world, but I see where they need to go. Yeah.
I honestly didn't even think they were going to make a sequel, or at least, thank you, Thron. This is exactly what I was about to say. I thought they were going to do a Donkey Kong spinoff before they were going to do another Mario movie, because a lot of people liked the scene that he was in the movie. It was funny, they could have made a whole movie around the character. In fact, if it wasn't for Donkey Kong, we wouldn't have Mario, because that's where we first saw him.
That's right.
So,
trying to save his girlfriend Daisy from Donkey Kong
Yes,
throwing
not
barrels
Peach.
at you from the upper left part of the screen.
Yep. Way
Your
way before
hammer.
Princess Peach, you
Right.
know. So yeah, and I saw it, and that's the thing too. Like I remember going to the movie theater. My granddaughters went to go. It was like the first movie they went to go see in the theater. And they were really good, and they sat there the whole time enthralled with it. So like, yeah, I can definitely see they're gonna make a
Oh
sequel.
yeah.
Um,
I don't think this one will make $1 billion. So I mean, I definitely think we'll see a diminishing
Hey,
return, but they'll make money from it.
I agree because like I think one of the issues that you always have with animated movies, and if you don't have a plan for the sequel right away, it takes longer to make an animated movie because you got to record all the voices and then create the animation. I'm sure technology, since it's a computer animated movie, is much faster than it has been. But I mean, I do feel like that's part of the problem with the Spider-Man movies. The
Well,
Spider-Verse. It's taking
well,
forever to get the last one done.
I don't think it'll take forever. So the problem that I see, and it's not a problem. It's not really going to be the fault of the sequel, but when you think back to when the original Super Mario Brothers movie was out, right? It's like the thing that got us out of the pandemic almost, right?
Yeah.
It made that much money, and it was like the first blockbuster.
Out of the lull of everything
Yeah.
from the pandemic. Yes.
So now here we are, fast forward, streaming is, we're getting Marvel movies less than 45 days, Marvel and DC movies less than 45 days from release. So I think just the culture it's just not as teed up as it was for the original,
Teed up. Is that your word of the day?
That's right. Word of the day.
Yeah, I could see that. And yeah, and I think the other thing is like you got to strike while the iron's hot. So we'll see how if it comes out in a year and a half, like let's say a Christmas movie next year, I think it's going to do really well. If it's like 3 years, people won't be as excited.
Yeah, no. Then the kids that like the first one are going to be like hitting puberty.
Yeah, they're going to be like, this is lame, Dad.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Well, that's everything, right? We're done. We're gonna. Oh.
Yeah, I thought so.
No. We got to talk about this. So.
Oh, okay.
All right. So here's the thing, and we decided to not do a show on Wednesday that had nothing to do with the events that happened on Wednesday. We had just decided earlier in the day there wasn't much to talk about, so we decided to take the night off, and we both had things we wanted to get done, and I swear it was like a half hour after we decided that is when I saw come across my social media that Charlie Kirk had been shot. So I'm going to state up right up front that I am a fan of his. I've watched a lot of his Turning Point USA videos. I like a lot of the things that he had to say and the way that he said things. His whole spiel was, I want to talk to people, and that's why he set up these things at college campuses, like, come talk to me. Here's what I believe we need to do to get America back on the right track. If you don't agree with me, come talk to me and prove me wrong. Like, that was his tagline. He's been doing it since he was 18 years old, and he's reached millions of people doing this. And unfortunately, somebody didn't like the things he had to say and shot and killed him on Wednesday. And I also want to state that, I really truly contemplated recording a video and putting it up Wednesday night, just to make a statement on it. But I was like, no, we do our best to avoid politics on this show, and let's not do that. I'll not talk about it. But then, as I have a lot of friends who are in the comic book world on social media, someone had posted things about this Gretchen Felker Martin, who is was hired by DC to write the Red Hood comic book, the ongoing Red Hood comic book, who was basically cheering on the death of Charlie Kirk. Let's put it that way. I'm not gonna get into exactly what she posted. It was on Blue Sky, which I'm not on Blue Sky, but someone screenshotted it and it went on social media, and it like went everywhere. And like, so I got up Thursday morning and I was like, oh, so like teed up, but I had a doctor's appointment on Thursday. So it was a pre-scheduled doctor's appointment. So I was like, all right, I was going to get up and record something and post it. But I was like, no. And I'd even like wrote up what I was going to say. And I'm like, no, I'll record it when I get back. By the time I had gotten back from the doctors. Oh, and the other important thing is that I want to point out is the book launched on September 10th, on the day that he was shot and killed, like, because Wednesday's New Comic Book Day. So issue 1 was out on that day. By the time I got back home, the narrative had shifted. The DC canceled the book and fired, ended their relationship with her, and that book is done and over with. So, but then I was like, all right, I'll wait till Sunday to talk about this. But like, that was the whole thing. It touched the comic book world. So I was like, all right, this is God telling me, go ahead, talk about it on your show. Because like the other thing I kind of wanted to point out, and I'm sure that this is, no, one of the things I wanted to point out that, like, and you and I talked about this in text back and forth, that was the most disgusting thing about this isn't the fact that he was like, I'm horrified that someone decided to take a gun and shoot this man who was very peaceful, non-confrontational, in the sense of like, he didn't like go out and he never got angry and he never belligered people. He like talked to them, and someone thought, no, I don't like that, I have to kill this person. But aside from that, I go on Facebook and I understand some of the extreme left people that I am quote unquote friends with on social media cheering it on. But then I see people that I've known in real life for a long time who I thought I knew either cheering it on or justifying it. And it just like, it was a hole in the pit of my stomach. I just was so sick over this, and I didn't know what to do, and it's so disgusting that that's the level of political discourse in our country now. Like, not only does some fringe lunatic decide it's okay to kill a peaceful political commentator, but people like the people who you don't even think are on the fringe of it are cheering it on or justifying it. A friend of mine I've known since fucking high school posted that they didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was before this, but after they saw the headline, they decided to do some research. So, but they spent 5 minutes on Googled his name, saw a couple articles, and said, "Oh, and he was sexist and Islamophobic and anti-Semitic and all these other things." So the right needs to pick different people to appreciate. Like, it was this big, long, stupid post that was basically saying it's okay that Charlie Kirk had died. Like, even though they don't think that's what they were saying, it's exactly what they were saying with that post. And it's just, I've been like struggling with this since I saw that. And I don't know. Would you have anything? What did you think when you heard the news? I'd like to first off, let me ask you this: did you even know who Charlie Kirk was before he was assassinated? Had you watched any of his videos?
No. If someone would have said, "Hey Don, what do you know about Charlie Kirk?" I would have said, "What? Kirk Cameron? What? Kurt Cobain? Kurt Douglas? No, I don't know. Cavs in 5, but now I do, which, I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to get into his message or nothing, although there's certainly things I've heard, where we align, particularly religiously. But yeah, I mean, this situation is so screwed up because, like I said, I was not aware of him, and now I am. So the person that decided that because of what he says, he deserves to die, is amplified his message and overall people's awareness of him
Yeah.
tenfold. In fact, I saw something where like there are now like 3,000 plus applications to open new Turning Point charters.
They said that
on school campus.
They said his personal social media account, and this isn't not the Turning Point USA social media account. His personal account went from like 5 million to 8 million followers after he passed away. I mean, and I'm sure some of them were jerks just to like they wanted to comment or something or whatever. But I do think it was a lot of people who were curious, like, well, what did this guy say that was so bad? Let's take a look at his social media. The other thing I saw was there was a Free England protest that was originally set up that converged into a memorial for Charlie Kirk, like not unplanned, or not planned. It just happened, and over 1 million people came to it. So yeah. You're right. They made a martyr out of this man.
And then, so given all that, my mind immediately goes to, well, hell, was this actually a right wing on right wing attack for the purposes of amplifying? That's how fucked up that's what I think of our current establishment and
well, and that's a narrative that they're trying to push because he was right. This has happened in Utah, right? And it's a very red state, and he was raised by a conservative family. And all of a sudden they're trying to push that narrative because his parents are conservative. But there's somebody that we both know who will remain fucking nameless for the rest of the days of this podcast, who tried to make that argument, who that person themselves is one of the most left people I know and has conservative parents and is complaining all the time about, oh, whenever I go to visit, they got Fox News on. Oh, they're always just trying to get me mad. Yeah. Oh, they're damn conservatives. So it's like, how can you sit there and believe the narrative that he's conservative because his parents were conservative, but you yourself are not conservative and you were raised by conservative parents? Like, come on, give me a break. You're, again, a lot of this is where a lot of this comes from. I truly believe is these people know in their heart they have been supporting the left. And I'm not saying this is not an all Democrats comment. This is the left has decided to allow fringe people in their side. The Democrats are like, oh yeah, you're this, you're welcome. Oh yeah. And it's led to violence. It's led to bloodshed. Like, I mean, they keep pointing out, this isn't me. I keep seeing it pointed out over and over again. George Floyd, unfortunately was killed, and that wasn't right. But people rioted and burned down cities. And Charlie Kirk was assassinated in front of 1,000 or 2,000 students, and we hold vigils. Like, that's one of the big differences between the two sides. And so that's the problem, is that they know this. They know in their heart. They try to sit there and say it's not true, but they know in their heart that the violence is happening more on one side than the other. People, they keep trying to say it's the right, but it's not. So what we're ending up with is now people have to try to justify things in their mind. They have to try to change the narrative so they feel better about themselves at the end of the day, right? Like, let's be honest. If you're sitting there and you're voting for the party that's allowing this to go on, you can't but you believe you're the good guy. You've got to do this. You've got to say, oh, well, no, it's okay because of this, or, oh, it's justified because of this. Because if you don't, you have to look in the mirror and admit, maybe I'm on the wrong side. So,
well, listen, any side, and I'm really not a left, first, right guy.
I know.
I'm really not. But you know, it's the dehumanization of each other that has led us to this.
Yes.
And I will say that one side does that more than the other. Because the left, right is always, oh, they're a Nazi. Oh,
I've been called a Nazi myself, just like, because. No. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Frosty. It's politics speak tonight. Which again, I completely detest all of it. But we are talking about the fact that this Mr. Kirk, he was one of those guys, like a lot like the malnourished lumberjack Matt Walsh, who is only on my radar because he gives us shitty opinion about Star Wars. But anyway, they go to these college campuses and they do, I guess, antagonistic things. I guess would be harsh, but they know their subject matter. They know they're going to go to the colleges. They're going to be surrounded by college kids, and a small percentage of those college kids are going to be dumb enough to think, hey, I'm going to get on this microphone and I'm going to say something that's going to convince him, or at least convince everybody that's listening to him. And so they have these exchanges, and maybe some of them do have points, but do you think those points are ever going to make it on somebody's show? No, they're farming for you to say some crazy shit that they own you, right? We see those on the YouTube videos. Somebody blah 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 owns this person, and and that's all they're doing. They're farming for clicks. They're farming for confrontation, verbal confrontation. But now here's the scary part. But now we know that this dehumanization has led to the fact that if we could be at Comic-Con and someone that really doesn't like lesbian space witches could be there and want to shoot me. Like,
yeah,
that's kind of a silly thing I just said, but it's really not that far outside of the realm of possibility.
It's something that I have said for a long time, and we have really, as a culture, we have lost the respect for human life. We no longer think human life is sacred. I'm not saying you or I'm saying culturally, I feel that's where we're at, and it's not a good place to be. And again, you see it on the mainstream media where it's like right-wing fascist, Nazi, this person's terrible. Oh, we hate Trump, and anyone who supports Trump believes everything that he believes, because again, one side is like that. You have to believe everything the way they believe it, or they kick you out.
Or if a certain person is elected, Trump, I'll die. I've heard that. Oh no,
yeah.
This group of people are going to die if this elected official is legally elected.
So if you keep hearing that over and over and over again, especially a young person who is on social media all the time, and social media quickly becomes an echo chamber, like, that's one of the things, people got to turn your computer off once in a while and go out and touch grass and interact with your neighbors, and get away from social media. But yeah, it becomes an echo chamber. So when you hear this stuff, because it's been proven, these algorithms will feed you stuff to make you angry, to keep you on their platform longer, so you'll interact
Put you in
more.
these silos of thought,
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what's radicalizing a lot of people. So you're there's a lot of people who said that in 8 years Charlie Kirk could have run for president and probably would have won. So if you believe he's an evil Nazi fascist, you think you're doing the right thing by taking them out. And it's I heard this yesterday, I think, on one of the podcasts I watch. It's the baby Hitler argument. If you could go back in time and kill baby Hitler before he became, the dictator, would you? Right? So if you could kill Charlie Kirk before he becomes president, then you're doing the right thing. And it's just like, no, you're not. Like, we have to get back to realizing human life is precious, and
absolutely,
like, we have polite discourse. You're allowed to disagree with someone and have a conversation about it. You're not allowed to call them a Nazi and a fascist because you have a difference of opinion. One of the things that keeps coming up is that, people are trying to say that he was sexist. No, he believed in traditional gender roles. But that's one of the things people say. Oh, well, if you believe in traditional gender roles, then you don't believe women have any rights and you're a sexist. And no, not at all. Like, just men and women are different, and women, traditionally stay at home and raise the kids, and the man goes out and earns the living for the family. I know our society's changed a lot in the last 100 years, and yes, women should work if they can work, and I don't have anything against that, but there are traditional roles in a family, and we're just built differently. It's biology too, as well. But yeah, because you don't hold all of the views of a feminist, then you're a sexist. And it's just like, no, that's not true. Like, we gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop demonizing either side because they don't believe what we believe. But I fear
that's just it, man. Like, I really don't know a whole lot about what Charlie Kirk stood for. I really don't. But in no way, shape, or form should somebody feel that his life should be ended. Certainly should not feel that they are the ones that should end his life. And at the end of the day, if you want to make change in this world, you got to lead by example. So just do you, boo, and live your life happy. And that's how you promote your brand. Look at me. I've got 12 face piercings, blue and orange hair. Work it. I'm enjoying life. And that's how you, and you don't worry about me, worry about you, and we're all good, and for those that celebrate it, it's just very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing.
Here's what I would say. And to anyone, I'm reaching out to anyone who's possibly watching this, who is on the side that is celebrating, right? Just stop everything that you're doing right now. Go to Turning Point USA's YouTube channel and watch some videos. That's all. You can hate the things he has to say, but watch them and see what he truly believed. He was a devout Christian, a very devout Christian who believed that was the answer. Like, Christian faith, Christian beliefs is what was going to save this country. And that's what he preached, and just watch his videos. Don't listen to anything that mainstream media has to say. Don't listen to anything your friends have to say. Don't listen to anything anyone else has to say. Just watch the videos, and don't just watch one and go, oh, I don't agree with this point, and move on. Watch a few of them and see how you feel at the end of it. And if you still hate them, you still hate him. But if you are going to sit there and say that he was an evil person who was belligerent and forced his opinions on people and was rude, you would be lying. Like, you know, like he was a very calm. In fact, one of my favorite clips of his was he was talking to someone and he didn't agree with them. Oh, he was on the Whatever podcast. You know, I'm sure you've seen clips from that.
Oh yeah, I see that pod. Yeah,
He was on the Whatever podcast, and of course he was on this, and it was a bunch of
like
OnlyFans.
the Destroyer.
There was a bunch of OnlyFans people on the other side, and at the end of the conversation, the women actually said, "Oh, thank you. This is one of the most respectful, polite conversations we've ever had on on this topic." And he's like, and he honestly says, "That's not me. That's the Holy Spirit." He's like, "The real me would have been yelling and screaming and throwing stuff, but the Holy Spirit tells me, stay calm and let us talk through you, and that's it." And like, how can you sit there and say that this guy, wasn't a true Christian? Like, because that's how he talked all the time. Like, so yeah, like, just go watch his videos.
And yeah, go. I mean, definitely, I would say, if you're going to judge him, watch his video. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if two people are debating two ideas, and then one of those people is stuck, frustrated, and resorts to violence, their side has lost.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
No, I totally agree. Once you resort to violence, you've lost your argument. Plain and simple. Because you've proven you can't defend your side. You can't defend your argument. So you have to get violent.
And everybody that's like celebrating it, because it could be, oh boy, that's an extreme person. Oh, that sucks. Like, no, they don't represent our argument. You're like, okay, cool. It's one isolated person that happened. But when you replicate it like that and celebrate it, you're all resorting to violence and you're all losing the argument or whatever it is you're representing.
Agreed. So yeah, so this this writer lost her job.
Yes, that's right. A writer did lose her job. Let me tell you, I actually don't agree with that. I know people are celebrating people losing their jobs over online opinions. But I don't know, man. Creative people are quirky. And I, for one, accept that. Just create cool shit. But I digress. Outside of that, though, the reason why I really don't agree is what about everybody else that worked on that book or was in line to work on that book? Like, really, all that's going to get crashed down because...
I you know what? I totally agree with you on that. I think a better outcome would have been, well, fire her and then bring in another writer to take over the book, because I'm sure they had artists lined up. I'm sure they had.
That's what I'm saying, but they just straight canceled it. So I don't know. That's a bit of a knee jerk to me, man.
Frosty says, not saying he did, but you can still debate in a calm and friendly manner and still say some nasty things. This is true.
I mean, you can get you can get, heated and, say your mother's a snowblower, but once you get to blows, come on.
Your mother's a snowblower.
Yeah, it was wasn't that from Johnny 5? What was that? Short Circuit.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Your mother's a snowblower. You don't
I haven't thought about that movie in a long time. Okay.
Yeah, don't ask.
All right. So yeah, just I mean, let's be honest. There's been a lot of people, if you've been following, that have been losing their jobs over posting stuff. So maybe don't post stuff. That's the thing.
I mean, listen, you can just as easily make some sort of burner account and say whatever the fuck you want.
I don't understand. Like, we live in a world where people are so hopped up on hate speech and so hopped up on cancel culture and all of this stuff, but yet you still feel like, and And even regardless of that, you just look like a nasty person when you get on and go, I'm happy he's dead. Like, why? In what world? That's my problem. What world do you think that's okay? No one should ever celebrate someone dying, period. Like,
Absolutely not. Yeah.
just go, oh, okay, move on about your day. Like, making a video and posting it, taking the time to do that.
Like, didn't they learn from Lord of the Rings? Like, because Frodo, and Sam, I wish Bilbo would have killed Gollum, and Gandalf explains, don't be so quick to deal with death. Like, Gollum's still playing his part, like, and he did he not?
Yes.
So come on, you uncultured swine.
And
All right.
nobody tosses a dwarf. Oh, anyway.
You're going to have to toss me.
I'm gonna have
Tell the
now.
elf.
Now I got to go watch those movies again.
Absolutely.
All right, we could beat this topic to death. I have so much more I could say on it, but I'm gonna.
Well, I hope you got it out. Like I said,
got a lot of it out.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to think nowadays, to just going out and expressing your ideas, can get you shot. That's scary.
We're gonna be in New York City in a month, in less than a month.
I mean,
and
there's a lot of security measures there.
But we still gotta walk from the hotel to the convention center. So
a guy will probably try to sell me a rap CD, and another guy is going to try to sell me a bracelet. And that's fine. All those things, I will keep my life. So, but yes, I do not. Although New York does have stringent gun laws, which I'm not a fan of, but I guess I'll be kind of more of a fan, a little bit more of a fan.
Don't get me started. Don't. Let's see what the world's like come October 1st. Because fingers crossed, we're all still here. All right. Well, that's enough of that nonsense. Let's ask that question that we do every time we get together.
What did we learn on the show tonight?
What did we learn there, Don? Or do you have a recommendation or both?
And I learned that James Burton is with us tonight, hanging out, throwing kill. Who else we got? We got Frosty. Instead of watching the NFL, and I appreciate that. That's what I learned. Recommendations. I completely finished with Twisted Metal. Have a few critiques, but otherwise still very, very fun. Suggest everybody watch that. That's it.
All right. What did I learn? I learned that that I could have I could talk about this topic with you know what? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, stroke be damned. I'm here. Thank you, James. You know what?
Right, man.
We did mention when you had the stroke on the show. I'm glad that I'm really glad you're here. I am. I'm glad that you're doing well enough to listen to us bitch about politics. And speedy recover, my friend. And when you're up to it, we'll have you back on the show. Definitely talk about Angry Brain Studios and all the great stuff you got coming out. I learned that I could talk about this stuff and not blow my top. I'm glad I got it off my chest. I'm going to recommend a couple things. First, I'm going to recommend, again, if you've never watched the man's videos, go check them out. If you're not a person of faith, you might be turned off by some of it, but go just give it a try. Thrawn is recommending Dark Wolf Terminal list.
Is that a book, TV show?
I will also recommend Twisted Metal. Get caught up on season 1, and we'll talk about that next episode. So, fingers crossed.
Sweet.
Yeah, 8 episodes. I should be able to knock.
Tooth.
I should be able to knock those out, and then we'll follow it up with season 2. So, because we need something to talk about, as we.
Yeah, we're gonna hit a little bit of a dead spot here.
Yeah, as we head into New York. So, all right. On that note, boys and girls, as always, thanks for watching. Don't let your cape caught in the door. See you next time.
If you haven't done so yet, subscribe. It really keeps this podcast alive. Smash the like button if you please. It gives us what we need. Maybe leave a comment or two. It's a really nice thing to do. And what are you waiting for? Visit our merch store. But before you click away, subscribe to our show today.